Hi friends, welcome to Situ's Biology. Today our topic is about the eyes. In the previous video I already gave the complete information about what are sense organs and what are the roles played by the sense organs in our body, and what are the importance of the sense organs and how they are useful to us. The complete information I was given in the previous video in the introduction and the basic details of the sense organs. Today in this video I am going to share you that what are eyes mainly, how these are helping us to look forward and to see the object. Let's see first what are eyes. Actually the eyes are two, right? When we see the eye, the structure of the eye is like this. The round shaped structure or the spherical structure is known as the eye. It measures about 2.5 centimeter in diameter, and the eye is also known as the organ of sight. Sight is nothing but the vision, and it is also known as the organ of the visual system. Actually, and we don't know where the eye was located or the situated originally. We don't know that. We just in the appearance way we are going to see that the eyes are mainly located or the situated on the face. The eyes are separated with one nose, with the differentiation with the nose. The two eyes are separated. Actually the two eyes, their functions are coordinated with each other. The activities of these two eyes are coordinated, interlinked with each other, and they normally functions with the pales only. Whether they are going to situate in the other partitions, which means they are going to present in the, not going to present in the equal portion, but they are going to function coordinately. And these eyes are going to situated mainly in the orbital cavity. Orbital cavity contains the bony walls and also the fat in it. These bony walls and the fat which is going to present in this orbital cavity is going to protect the eyes for causing any injury to the eye. Means the orbital cavity is going to protect and it is going to provide the shield around the eye with the bony walls and the fat, and going to protect this eye. This is the basic introduction about what are eyes and what is the shape of the eye, what is the size of the eye, how the eye is also known as, how the two eyes are differentiated, how these eyes are functionally coordinated with each other, and where the eye was situated, means located, how this orbital cavity is going to protect this eye. This is the basic introduction about the eyes. Let's see. I already said in the introduction that the eyes are mainly located in the orbital cavity. Where this orbital cavity is mainly present, means it is mainly present in the bony socket in the skull. The skull portion, the bony socket which is going to present over the skull, it is known as the face portion, is known as the skull. The bony socket, that is nothing but this is the bony socket. The bony socket which is going to present over the skull, in that portion, in that small portion, the eyes are going to be situated. Scientifically, the wall of the eye, that is known as this one, the bony socket. The wall of the eye is comprises of the three layers. Means the structure of the eye is mainly composed of the three layers. That is the outermost layer, the middle layer, and the innermost layer. Let's see what are these layers which are going to present over the structure of the eye. This the first one is the outermost layer. This outermost layer is also known as the sclera. I will show you in the image that what is the outermost layer, where it is going to present, and what is the sclera in the next slide. That and this sclera is the whitish tough layer. It is going to represent as a white color, and it is it present like a tough layer. In this whitish layer, it contains with tissues connected together. Means in the sclera, the tissues are going to connect each other. And the function of the sclera is mainly it is going to protect the eyes and also maintains the shape of the eyeball. I already said that the eye is a round spherical structure. This is the eyeball. The present this one, we can see that the eye, the black color darkness of the structure, some of the structure we can able to see with the naked eyes only. That eyeball was protected with the help of this sclera only. This is the eye, right? This one is the eyeball. This complete one is the eyeball. This complete eyeball is going to protected with the help of this sclera only. This is a major function that is going to play by the outermost layer. Let's see with the next layer, that is the middle layer. It is also known as the choroid, and it is made up of the black pigment. Pigment is nothing but the color. This choroid is mainly prepared or the manufactured or made by the black color cells. This choroid is containing the blood capillaries in it. Then these layers is mainly forms a ciliary body and the iris in the eye structure. In the eye structure, the ciliary body and the iris parts are going to present. These ciliary body and iris are going to present in the choroid portion, and these are formed with the help of the blood capillaries only. This is about the middle layer, which is going to present in the eye structure. Next layer is the innermost layer, which is the third layer of the eye. This is the innermost layer is also known as the retina. It's a light sensitive portion of the eye. Means the portion of the eye which contains the light sensitive area is known as the retina. Why it is going to be sensitive to the light means it is fact that it has having the numerous photoreceptors in it. These are also means these photoreceptors are mainly composed of the two types. Those are the rods. These are composed of like rods, and some of them are the cones like this. These two rods and the cones are mainly present in the numerous photoreceptors which are going to present over the innermost layer of the retina, that is nothing but the retina. What are the main roles played by these rods and the cones? Means the rods are mainly responsible for the black and white visions. When we want to see the objects which we want to see with the color that is black or either it is a color with the white, and then these rods are going to play a major role for seeing that colored objects or that colored things over through our eye. And it is also helpful to see at the night. Means the night is in the black color, right? When we are going to see in the night time, these rods are going to play a major role, and these are going to helpful for us in the night time. And next, coming to the cones. These cones are responsible for the various color visions. Means different colors, nothing but the visual colors. Visual colors or the visible colors which can able to see with our naked eyes. These all the colors are mainly responsible under the cones only, which are the parts of the photoreceptors which are going to present in the retina. The retina is normally directly located behind the eyeball. Behind this is the eyeball. It is going to present over this portion. The retina is going to present over this portion. In the next slide, I'm going to show you the every part of the eye in the picture. just wait. And the capillaries in the middle choroid, I already said in the middle layer, the middle layer mainly contains a choroid. The choroid contains many blood capillaries. I already said in the previous slide that these these blood capillaries are going to supply the retina with available nourishment. With the help of this choroid only, the capillaries are going to supply the nourishment to the retina. This is the main role played by the innermost layer. Out of the three layers, the first layer, that is outer layer, that is nothing but the sclera, is going to protect the eye. The middle layer, that is nothing but the choroid, is going to provide the iris and the other part, and it is also containing the blood capillaries in it. The blood capillaries are completely filled in the middle layer, and the innermost layer, which is going to help us to see the object with any color. In that, the rods are going to help us to see the black and white objects, and the cones which are going to present in the photoreceptors are going to help us to see the various color objects, that is nothing but the visual colors. It is going to present behind the eyeball, and the capillaries which are going to present in the choroid portion, in this choroid portion, the blood capillaries which are going to present in the choroid portion are going to supply the nourishment to the retina. This is about the three layers which are going to present in the structure of the eye. Let's see what are the parts of eye and compare our outer view of the eye and the internal structure of the eye. What are the parts involved in it? I already said that the eye contains three layers, that is the outermost layer, middle layer, and the innermost layer. The outermost layer contains the sclera. First start with the part of the sclera. The eye portion, what we are going to see with our naked eye to the outside of the portion of the eye, that is known as the sclera. In the internal structure of the eye, the white color layer which is going to present over here is known as the sclera. It is going to protect the eye. The next one is the in middle layer is nothing but the choroid. This choroid contains the iris and the pupil. Let's see where the iris is located and where the pupil is located over there. The iris is the blue color portion which is going to see with our naked eyes, and the portion of the blue color which is going to see in the internal structure of the eye is known as the iris. Just compare with our outer view what we are going to see the eye, and what are the internal parts of the transverse section of the eye. Let's compare the parts here. These parts are known as the iris. The next one is the pupil, the black color point which is going to present in the ball of the eye, and here the white color portion over here is known as the pupil over here. This is the choroid portion. I already said that this choroid portion is filled with the blood capillaries. We can see that the blood capillaries are going to present in the choroid portion. This was the portion of the choroid. And the retina, which is going to present in the innermost layer of the eye, that is here. This one is the all the portion is known as the here, and this retina is going to present the different types of photoreceptors. One is the rod and one is the cone. These are going to present in the retinal part of the eye. And the next one is the optic nerve, and the retinal blood vessels are going to present over here. And what are the chambers are present in the internal structure of the eye means anterior chamber and the posterior chamber. This part is the anterior chamber and the inner part is the posterior chamber. This anterior chamber is filled with the aqueous humor, and the lens which is going to focus the light in the eye is known as lens, which is going to present over here in the parts of the eye. These are the different parts of the eye which are going to help us to see the objects. Let's see what are the roles played by the each and every part of the eye. Let's start with the conjunctiva. Conjunctiva is a part which is mainly present at the outer surface of the sclera. Let's see, this white portion is known as a sclera. outside of the sclera the conjunctiva is going to present, and it is going to protect the sclera. Actually the conjunctiva is the gland, and this conjunctival gland mainly contains the mucous substances. For what sake this mucous substances is going to present in the conjunctiva gland means it is going to provide the moisture to the eyes, means it is going to supply the moistening nature to the eye, and it is also helps to keep our eyes moist, means wet in wet conditions in the all the times. If there is a failure or the malfunction may occur to the this conjunctival gland, failure or malfunction means the conjunctival gland may get failure, or their functions may get altered. In that sake the gland might probably result to the serious pains and itching. In our eye the itching and the pain may occur due to the failure of this conjunctival gland or may malfunction of this conjunctival gland, and this conjunctiva is going to protect the cornea too. The cornea which is going to present in the innermost layer of the eye, that one is also protected with the help of the conjunctiva only. This is the major part which is going to help our eyes to be keep in the moistened state. Next see the next part, that is the iris. It is going to present in the middle layer of the eye. In the iris the color of the eye is determined, means we can see that some of the eye colored is in the brown color, or it may be in the gray, or it may be in the black. The color was determined only in the part of the iris only, and it's a segment that gives the eye its color. In the iris, due to the presence of such segment, the color of the eye was given, and it's the iris that surrounds the pupils in all its sides. I already shown in the diagram that this one is the iris. It is going to surround the pupil portion which is going to present in the eye. That was a portion said over here. Iris is going to surround the pupils from all the slides, and the iris is widen and shrink the pupils depending on the intensity of the light. When the light is entered into our eye, this iris is going to be shrink shrink the pupils which are going to present at the innermost part of the eye. It is based on the, or depending on the, which type of intensity of light is going to enter into the eye. If light is low, means if the intensity of the light is low, the iris will widen the pupil, then the pupil, and vice versa. If there is a high intensity, the pupil gets shrunken with the help of this iris. If the light is low, the pupil get widened, means enlarged due to the intensity of the low light with the help of this iris. This is the main role played by the iris in the part of the eye. Let's see with the next part, that is the lens. I already shown in the diagram that where the lens was located. This is the lens which is going to present in the part of the eye. This is very transparent layer after the pupil. When after the pupil layer means out in the outer portion sclera is present. After the sclera the iris is going to present. After the iris the pupil is going to present. After the pupil the lens is going to present. It is the one of the most transparent layer, delicate layer. It is present after the pupil, and it receives the light from its surrounding. When the light enters the pupil, later from the surroundings the lens absorbs the light. The lens after absorbing the light, the lens then focus the light onto the retina. Means when the light absorbed into this lens is going to send the or focus the light into the retina, which is going to present in the innermost layer of the eye. This is a main role played by the lens. Let's see with the next part, that is the pupil. Pupil which is going to present at the next part of the iris. After the iris the pupil is going to present which is present in the black color portion is known as the pupil. Let's see what is the role played by the pupil. It is the center of the eye. I already said that, and it's a black dot. It appears like a black dot and with a tiny hole, and this pupil, that is nothing but the black dot, also contains a tiny hole that is nothing but the small, very minute hole, which allows the passage of light into our eye. Through that pupil only the light was entered into our eye, into the lens. From the lens it is going to attack the retina of the eye. This is the main role played by the pupil. The next one is the cornea. It is normally a dome shaped structure which is going to serve the cover to the eye against anything, means it is going to provide the protection to the eye. If there is any chance to cause the harm to the eye, this cornea is going to protect the eye without causing any harm to that eye. This is a major role played by this cornea. This is the portion which is the cornea. The cornea contains different layers, that is the epithelium layer, Bowman's layer, stroma layer, and Descemet's layer, and the endothelium layer. By all these membranes only, the cornea is going to protect the eye without causing any damage to the eye only. These are the different layers which are going to help us to protect our eye without causing any damage. Let's see with the next one, that is the sclera. I already said that the sclera is the outermost portion of the eye which is appears like a white color. It is the outermost part, I already said in that, and it appears like white in color, and it is mainly responsible for the shape of the eyeball. The shape of the eyeball, if it is going to present in the round or in this oval shape or like here, all the shapes are mainly depend on the sclera only. Next one is the choroid, which is the middle layer of the eye. It is interpreted, means it is going to present in between the outer layer and the inner layer, nothing but the retina and the sclera. Retina is the innermost layer and the sclera is the outermost layer. In between this layer, choroid is going to present, that is the middle layer. It is mainly responsible for the provision of nutrition to the other part of the eye. I already said in the starting that the middle layer, that is choroid, is going to contain the different blood capillaries and these are going to nourish or supplement the nutrition to the other parts of the eye. This is the major role played by this choroid. The next one is the retina, which is the innermost part, which is mainly responsible for us to see the objects, and it can be found at the back of the eye. This is the front part of the eye, this is the middle part, and this is the back part. This back part contains a retina, and its major function means the major function of this retina is to receive the light. When the light enters into our eye, this retina is going to receive the light, capture the light from the focus and transmit. After receiving the light, it is going to transmit the light into the electrical impulses. Before means when the light is entered into our eye, it normally sends to the brain, right? When it receives, it transfers into the electrical impulses. When the electrical impulses are formed, then through the electrical impulses, it is going to send it to the brain. This is the main role played by the retina. Let's see the macula part. It is standing means this is the part which is going to present very close to the retina, that is in the innermost layer. It is going to help the eye to focus on the object. For example, if we want to see the mug, we want to focus that. We can't able to see what type of object is that. We can't able to find. With the help of this macula, we can found that, oh, this one is a mug, or we can differentiate the object, or we can focus that what the type of object is that with the help of the macula only. This is the main role played by the macula. The next one is the optic nerves. The nerves are the major parts which are going to supply the impulses, what are happening in the eye, what are captured into the eye from it to the brain. Now, we all know that every action which is going to occur in our body, those signals are sent to the brain only. Each and every part sends a signal to the brain. In the eye, the signals what the eyes are received, those are sent to the brain with the help of these optic nerves only. These optic nerves are the collection of nerves, means these contain the different types of nerves. These are helpful for carrying the impulses from the retina to the eye. I already said that the retina receives the light and it converts into the electrical impulses. After converting the light into the electrical impulses, it is going to send the information to the brain. In this way, the optical nerves are acting as a mediators in between the eye and the brain. Next one is the anterior and the posterior chambers. I already said in the parts of the eye, and I already show where the anterior and the posterior chambers are located. In the eye, the interior section, the front part is known as this one is the eye, this one is the front part, and this one is the back part. The front part portion is known as the anterior chamber. The back part portion is known as the posterior chamber of the eye. These are the anterior and posterior chambers which are going to present in the structure of the eye. These are the different parts of the eye which are going to present in our eye, and these are the different roles played by these parts which are going to help us to see the objects or to see any light over there. By this video, Vivox completed the complete introduction, the complete structure of the eye. I think you like this video. If you like this video, please do subscribe, share and the like. In the next video, I am going to upload the what is the mechanism of the vision, how we are going to see the object with the help of all the parts which are going to present in the eye. Thank you so much.